Oh man, it's the grab bag!
So let me tell you a tale, a story of why Super Mario RPG is a legendary game. A long, long time ago, when I was but a mere child, I had saved up all of my birthday money so I could buy this game. At its time, it was, I think, $60 was the price point to buy it. And this is when I was a kid in the 90s. You see, I loved this game. I had rented it from Blockbuster, and I had played it and beat it. And I wanted to own my own copy. But it cost a lot of money. So I asked all my friends for money for my birthday and not toys. And that's when my parents said, "We're not going to let you buy it, because it's too much. We don't want you to waste your money on one thing." And then in turn, I proceeded to rent this game so much that I probably spent 3 times the amount of money it would have cost to buy the game to own it, because it was my favorite video game as a child. I played this game so much, I had beaten everything. I had gotten all the different treasure chests. I did the jump challenge, where you do the super jump until you max it out. I found every weapon and armor in the game. Fought every single enemy, did all the side quests, and I even went through the game one time doing a low-level run. And let me tell you, that was crazy. So the low-level run is you only fight bosses. You do your best to avoid all enemies, and trying to get through the game is very difficult. Even with knowing where all the treasure chests are, so you can get as much of the bonus stats like increased FP and all the money you need for healing items, because you're going to need a lot. But the goal wasn't to beat the game entirely at the low level, because there's no way getting through the final dungeon without gaining a ton of levels, because there's so many bosses and unavoidable fights. So the goal was to reach Culex. And I did. I got to Culex and I fought him at level 16. I did give myself a chance to get the Lazy Shell, because without it, there's no way you can win. And then I proceeded to fight Culex with my personal team, which was Mario, Peach, and Bowser. Of course, in the game they call her Toadstool, but her name's Peach. And you try fighting this guy who literally can one-shot everyone in your team except for whoever has the Lazy Shell. And the way I always played it was the Lazy Shell armor went on Princess Peach. And if you, in turn, give her every single level up to increase her special attack power, magic attack, you can actually counteract the whole lowering of the attack power and defense. And when it comes to Mario, he can do massive amounts of damage, because the downside of the Lazy Shell armor is your attack power and magic attack power get nerfed, but your defense powers go off the charts. And the Lazy Shell weapon increases your attack power up insane. So if you just don't have them on the same person, then Mario can be doing insane amounts of damage that no other character can even keep up with. And on the flip side, you wind up having Princess Peach being a tank who can't die, so your healer is basically immortal. Well, when you go in to fight Culex, he's able to wipe out everybody except for Peach. And being the low level, your HP is not that great. So it was a tight fight. I did beat it, but it took 2 hours. In fact, it got to the point where the enemy crystals ran out of magic, and then I was able to bring back Mario and Bowser, and they were actually able to fight. At some point, when I wind up buying a Nintendo Switch, I'd like to play the remake. The only problem is that my current Nintendo Switch is broken. I mean, can't really help it when you've got 3 kids, and one of them was playing with it and dumped cereal all over it, so it stopped working. But that's life. and now I'm just thinking about this game. I've been wanting to do this video for a while, just talking about my thoughts about this game and what it meant to me. Because my parents, when I was growing up, were hardcore Christians. They did not like anything with magic or skeletons, but for some reason Mario was okay. Probably because the skeletons were turtles. And it was all just super cartoony, and they didn't take it very serious. This is why I wasn't allowed to play like Final Fantasies or anything. We couldn't even have Pokemon when that was out. But Super Mario RPG was allowed, and it was the first RPG that I really, really got to sink my teeth into and play. The only other one that I really played before this would have been Dragon Warrior when I went to my grandparents' house. And that was because my parents didn't go down in the basement, because if they did, they would have had a heart attack by Castlevania. Well, technically Castlevania 3, Dracula's Curse. But those were the games that I played, like, insane amounts. But I just remember going in to Blockbuster or Video King, which was our knockoff Blockbuster, and I just wanted to get this game. And it was really sad that I didn't get to buy it when I was a kid. I did eventually buy it when I was an adult. But it's like, man, imagine if I actually had Super Mario RPG instead of renting it. Let's see, it was like $4 to rent it for a week, and I spent easily over $100 renting it, because I literally just would rent it, return, just repeat. If you haven't played it, I mean, it is an absolute fantastic game, and it's just absolutely incredible. I can't compare it to the new one yet because I haven't played the new one, but it's one of the games that, well, growing up, all-time favorite.